Humanity survives a zombie apocalypse that killed millions in 28 days. Britain is finally declared safe and families return home, but one infected woman is still alive carrying the virus in her blood. When her husband kisses her, the outbreak restarts in seconds, turning a military-safe zone into a death trap where soldiers are ordered to eliminate everyone. Now the last two survivors carry humanity's only cure while 10,000 zombies chase them into Europe. In a British countryside cottage, a small group of survivors hides from the zombie outbreak that's destroying the nation. Don and his wife Alice live here with their neighbors Jeff, Sally, Jacob, and Karen. All of them are terrified but grateful because Don and Alice's two children are safe on a school trip in Spain. The group shares a quiet lunch when suddenly desperate pounding erupts on their door. Someone outside is screaming for help. Don refuses to open the door to strangers, but Alice hears a child's voice and convinces him to let the boy inside. They feed him while he explains his parents turned into zombies and chased him here with a massive horde. Meanwhile, Karen worries about her boyfriend who left days ago and hasn't returned. She uncovers part of the window to look outside. The noise immediately attracts zombies who attack, smashing through the wooden boards and grabbing her arm. They bite deep into her flesh before Jacob pulls her back. Karen instantly transforms, vomiting blood and fighting against Jacob's grip. Don appears behind her and smashes her head with a weapon, killing her. More zombies pour through the broken windows, so Don stays behind fighting to give the others time to escape. But what he doesn't know is this decision will haunt him for the rest of his life. Alice and the boy run upstairs, but the kid moves so fast Alice loses sight of him in the chaos. Downstairs, Jeff, Sally, and Jacob try escaping through the barn. Jeff holds the door so the others can flee, but zombies kick it down and tear him apart. Sally watches her husband being devoured, and the delay allows zombies to grab her too. Jacob isn't strong enough to save her and closes the hatch, escaping through a window, while Sally gets eaten alive. Don kills multiple zombies but loses his weapon and starts running when he hears Alice scream. He finds her upstairs and begs her to escape, but Alice refuses to leave without the boy. As Don hesitates, Alice finally finds the child hiding. Suddenly, a zombie cuts between them, separating Alice and the boy from Don. Alice desperately begs for help, but Don is too terrified, so he closes the door and jumps through the window, abandoning his wife and the child to the zombies. This single moment of cowardice will cost him everything. Don sprints across the farmland, ignoring Alice, screaming his name from the window. Dozens of zombies chase him as he reaches the river dock, where Jacob is trying to start a motorboat. Don jumps on first and starts the engine while Jacob unties the rope. But when Jacob tries climbing aboard, he slips and falls into the water, where zombies bite him immediately. Jacob transforms in seconds and attacks Don, who kicks him into the spinning propeller blades, killing him instantly. Don escapes alone as the cottage burns behind him. 15 days after the outbreak, Britain is completely quarantined by international forces. By day 28, the virus has destroyed the entire country, leaving millions dead. 5 days later, the infected begin starving to death. 11 weeks after the outbreak, NATO forces arrive in London and start cleaning operations. 18 weeks later, Britain is declared infection-free, and by week 24, reconstruction begins. American soldiers now patrol London, including Sniper Doyle and helicopter pilot Flynn, who joke on their radios because there's nothing left to fight. A plane arrives carrying British children returning from their school trip, which frustrates Dr. Scarlett, who thinks it's too early for kids to come back. While testing new arrivals, she meets siblings Tammy and Andy, who are Don and Alice's children. Scarlett notices Andy has different colored eyes, and he explains he inherited them from his mother. After confirming both are healthy, they take a train through London, watching soldiers burn bodies and disinfect every street. The siblings finally reach District 1, a fortified repatriation zone where they reunite with their father Don. He takes them to his fancy apartment, explaining he's now the district caretaker, but the kids immediately ask about their mother. Don lies, saying he watched Alice get killed by zombies and couldn't save her. That night, Andy has nightmares of his mother transforming and wakes up terrified. He tells Tammy he's scared of forgetting their mom's face, but what neither of them knows is their mother is still alive somewhere in the ruins. Next morning, the siblings wait for Don to leave for work, then sneak out of the apartment without permission. They cross the bridge's side carefully, which Sniper Doyle spots from his rooftop position. He alerts his team while the kids run through abandoned London, enjoying freedom from adult supervision. They find a delivery bike outside a pizzeria, and Tammy goes inside searching for keys. She's horrified discovering rotting corpses everywhere. Covering her nose, Tammy carefully takes keys from a dead body, getting startled by roaches. She grabs a helmet and reunites with Andy to leave on the bike. Driving through the city, they see massive destruction from the zombie attacks and countless fresh graves built in recent months. They eventually reach their old family home, where they grab a photo of Alice and collect belongings. Andy enters the attic, finding windows covered and rotten food on a table. There are strange marks scratched beside the siblings' names on the wall. Suddenly, he sees someone in the mirror, thinking it's Tammy. The figure emerges, revealing Alice, who has one bloodshot eye but otherwise looks normal. She rushes forward, hugging Andy tightly. At first, Andy is happy, but Alice starts hugging too strongly, crushing him. Suddenly, military forces burst in and drag the kids away while capturing Alice. Alice is given a thorough shower and strapped to a medical stretcher. Scarlett tries tries questioning her, but Alice stays completely silent. Scarlet takes a blood sample and discovers Alice was bitten, which makes no sense because she hasn't transformed. Further tests confirm Alice carries the active virus and can infect others, but she's somehow immune. This means Alice could be the key to creating a vaccine saving humanity. However, the military commanders want her killed immediately before she spreads infection. They order Scarlet to do her vaccine research on Alice's dead body instead. Here's where everything goes catastrophically wrong. Meanwhile, the siblings are locked in quarantine, and when Don visits them, they scream at him for lying about their mother. Feeling guilty, Don sneaks past military security to visit Alice in her isolation room. He apologizes for abandoning her, explaining he panicked. Alice responds softly, saying, "I love you." Touched by her words, Don returns the sentiment and kisses his wife deeply. Her infected saliva immediately enters his bloodstream, and Don starts feeling violently sick. Within seconds, he transforms into a rage-filled zombie. Alice is still strapped down and can't escape as Don beats her savagely, bites her neck, and crushes her eyes with his bare hands, killing her. Don then attacks the guards, biting them before escaping the hospital to spread the virus throughout District 1. When commanders discover the breach, they evacuate to a safety bunker and execute Code Red Lockdown. Soldiers in town prepare for combat while Tammy and Andy watch their guard leave, only to return as a zombie. He pounds on their glass door trying to reach them until his head explodes when Scarlet shoots him dead. She frees the kids and they run through the building, seeing bodies everywhere. They join a desperate crowd trying to evacuate, and when soldiers tell Scarlet that civilians must use another exit, she announces the kids are top priority figures. An argument erupts, and in the chaos, Andy gets separated from Scarlet and Tammy. He's pushed with other civilians into a safe room garage. Soldiers lock everyone inside for protection right before the power cuts out across the entire district. While waiting in darkness, Andy hears noise and checks the door, discovering his zombie father covered in blood. Don shakes the door violently until it breaks, then jumps on civilians, biting them. Andy runs in panic, trying to hide as the virus spreads rapidly through the garage. People transform within seconds, creating more zombies who bite more people. The situation spirals into complete chaos as dozens become infected. Andy climbs on top of the panicking crowd and crawls away, reaching the ventilation system where he hides. The remaining humans finally break the garage lock and rush up the stairs, allowing zombies to also escape and continue spreading infection. On the streets, emergency lights activate so soldiers can reach the hospital while snipers provide cover. Zombies pour into the lobby, forcing Scarlet and Tammy to run while soldiers open fire everywhere. Doyle and other rooftop snipers kill zombie after zombie with incredible accuracy, but more keep coming. It becomes impossible to tell who is infected and who isn't. Watching security cameras, the commanders admit they've lost control and order soldiers to kill everyone in sight. As the massacre begins, Andy climbs out of the vents directly into the chaos. Luckily, he's in Doyle's sector, and Doyle refuses to shoot survivors. He kills every zombie around Andy, even the one that nearly bites him, giving the boy a chance to escape. Several zombies reach the roofs, killing other snipers, so Doyle has no choice but to abandon his position. Survivors run hiding inside a warehouse where Andy reunites with Scarlet and Tammy, telling his sister about their father. Sniper Doyle arrives and offers to guide the survivors out before military kills them too. The group leaves through the back door, sneaking carefully through streets, staying in darkness to avoid other guards. When Flynn flies overhead in his helicopter, Doyle makes everyone wait and distracts Flynn over the radio before moving again. Then Flynn drops devastating news: the military will bomb all of District 1 in 4 minutes. Doyle convinces him to pick them up at Regent's Park without mentioning the survivors. Afterward, the group sprints toward the park, but a sniper kills one man. They rush to cover, but the sniper keeps shooting, killing several more people. Scarlet gets a flesh wound, and now only she, the siblings, Doyle, and a man named Sam remain alive. Hidden behind a wall, Doyle uses metal reflection to locate the sniper, who immediately shoots the object down. Doyle realizes this isn't a trained soldier, just a panicking civilian. He asks Sam to run in zigzag pattern, distracting the shooter so Doyle can kill him, but Sam refuses. Andy volunteers instead, and his zigzag running makes the amateur miss every shot, giving Doyle time to kill him with one bullet. Andy hides behind another wall and is shocked seeing his father standing nearby. Before he can react, the group grabs him and Don's image disappears. They sprint as fast as possible, climbing over a fence to escape District 1 right before bombs hit. The entire area explodes, killing thousands of people and destroying all of Scarlet's vaccine research. Flames rush through hospital windows, catching Alice and burning her to death. The group runs through a tunnel as fire chases them, but they escape before that building explodes too. Generals watch from their bunker and are horrified seeing large numbers of zombies survive the bombing. The infected are now escaping into London, entering every building and spreading chaos everywhere. But here's what nobody realizes yet: the vaccine is running away with the survivors. Next morning, Doyle's group finally reaches Regent's Park, which has been abandoned since the outbreak began. While waiting for Flynn, Scarlet tells Doyle about Alice and the possibility that the children carry the same immunity gene that could create a vaccine. At that moment, Flynn contacts Doyle saying he's approaching, but they must watch for escaped zombies. Doyle immediately makes everyone hide in tall grass, and Flynn lands nearby. He gets furious seeing the group and refuses to take them. As they argue, Sam notices zombies approaching, so he runs, grabbing onto the helicopter. Angry Flynn begins flying erratically with crazy moves, trying to make Sam fall. When zombies reach the park, Flynn brings the helicopter down using rotor blades to kill zombies. Blood and guts spray across the tall grass, but several zombies survive and chase Doyle, Scarlet, and the kids. Sam eventually falls, and covered in blood, he likely becomes infected affected too. The group keeps running while Doyle occasionally turns around shooting zombies that get too close. Flynn tells Doyle to meet him at Wembley Stadium but insists on abandoning the others. Turning a corner, the group is shocked discovering military pumping gas into the city, so they rush hiding inside a car. Zombies catch up and start shaking the vehicle, spreading blood across windows. The gas reaches them, killing all the zombies in seconds. Afterwards, soldiers appear with flamethrowers to burn any survivors. Doyle tries starting the car, but the engine won't work, so he exits to push the vehicle, jump-starting it. He helps Scarlett and the kids escape but gets burned alive by soldiers in the process. Scarlett takes the wheel, driving through London as fast as possible. Military helicopters spot them and open fire. After dodging bullets, Scarlett drives into subway tunnels, then they continue on foot. The lower tunnels are pitch black, so Scarlett uses Doyle's night scope, guiding the children down an escalator. They step on old bodies and slip, causing them to fall and get separated. Scarlett walks through corpses, yelling the siblings' names, and reunites with Tammy. The noise allows a zombie to find them, who grabs Doyle's weapon and beats Scarlett to death. After the zombie leaves, Tammy picks up the weapon, devastated seeing Scarlett's body. Meanwhile, Andy ends up on a dark platform where the same zombie finds him. The creature jumps on Andy, biting his neck. When Tammy arrives, it's too late. The zombie raises his head and Tammy is shocked, seeing it's her father, Don. After initial hesitation, she still shoots him dead. Crying, Tammy checks on her brother, but Andy runs away, fearing he'll infect her. Tammy immediately follows, and when Andy accidentally falls, she finally examines him, noticing his eye turning bloodshot just like Alice's. He's also immune to the virus. The siblings reach the stadium and signal Flynn, who takes them aboard. They fly over Britain, escaping toward mainland Europe. 28 days later, Flynn's helicopter sits empty and abandoned in France, with someone calling for help over the radio. Then a massive horde of zombies is shown running toward the Eiffel Tower. The virus has now spread outside Britain, and Europe's nightmare is just beginning. If you're still watching, this means you survived the full story. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you can watch more videos like this. Thanks for watching.